Okay, the next item, as if people just don't have enough on their plates with all this 2020 mess. The next big mess that's heading for us is the incredible lack of foresight by who? Well, pretty much, who do you want to blame? The whole thing is that our financial system, the worldwide financial system, is I don't know how this is all going to play out. It's just that governments are taking on an incredible amount of debt. Incredible amount of debt. Debt, and year by year the deficits. And it's unbelievable how much money they're spending. I'm seeing the slow motion train wreck of the tanked world economy. We saw with the beginning of COVID-19, the stock market crashed. It was a bigger crash than the 1929 great crash that started the Great Depression. And then we saw the stock market rebound all the way back to where it was, plus some more. What does that tell you? Well, it tells me that the stock market is totally rigged. Totally rigged. So it's totally unsafe for your money. It's being played by enormous banks with enormous trillions of dollars. Don't go anywhere near the stock market. Other safe havens for money, traditionally gold. Do you want to buy gold? Well, the biggest issue with gold is that, are you going to buy gold coins and keep them in your basement under a mattress? Or are you going to buy certificates of gold where someone's going to tell you, well, we'll store the gold for you in Fort Knox, and you've got the certificate that says, you've got it. Now, traditionally, people have not worried about it. Should you be worried now? Okay, next item. Okay, where else can you try and get shelter from the economic storm? What about Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin going to be where people are going to put their money? I don't understand Bitcoin. There's been large run-ups in the past in the price of this Bitcoin. I don't know what it's tied to. It seems to be tied to, this Bitcoin mining, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I'm not going to recommend Bitcoin to you, because if I can't understand it, you can't understand it. If you think you understand it, then you don't understand economics. Or I don't understand economics. I've been around a long time. I understand economics. I would not buy Bitcoin. Somebody's just going to turn off the computers, and then all of a sudden all your money is gone. You're never going to be able to get it again. I don't think it's safe. So, bonds. Do you want to buy bonds? From whom? This is the whole issue we've got right now. Used to be that long-term government debt that you buy was safe because it was guaranteed by the taxpayers of the country that you bought the debt from. But nowadays, I think government debt is garbage, because they've tanked the economy. They tanked the economy. It means the economies are all shitty. And people are having a hard time making rent on their minimum wage jobs. So if you're expecting that the taxpayers of each individual country are going to pony up and pay off all this debt, how can they? They can't afford it. So buying government bonds is stupid. And, then what? Well, I don't know if Amazon.com has got bonds or Walmart has got bonds. I don't think so. But seeing as that those are the only companies that have done well in 2020, do you want to buy their stock? Well, I don't know if you can buy Amazon stock. And I'm not sure about Walmart because it's a privately held company, wasn't it? The Walton family, the billionaires. So, then what are you going to do with the assets that you have? Are they going to be taxed? If you've got stuff, that's the first thing they're going to come for. You look at Greece. When Greece went down the tubes, they were talking about taking your money out of your bank accounts and keeping it. They were going to steal people's money in Greece. Directly stealing it from your bank account, direct to the government. So, what assets do you have that the government can seize? Why are we? Because this is what the government does. They run up enormous credit card bills with your name on it, and then when it comes time to pay, they come to look for you. So the government's going to be going into major austerity, which means not only are they going to raise taxes way the hell up, new taxes, but what else can they do? Oh, they can cut spending. So, what are the things that they're going to cut spending on? Well, if you're in a government place that's where the government pays for your health care, you can look for user fees on health care and cutbacks. If you're anything to do with anything, you're going to have more expensive services and you're going to have less money in your pocket. And we've already been austered into minimum wage jobs. And if you're lucky right now and you don't have a minimum wage job, you got to be looking to say, okay, are they going to cut me? Because if you're making a good buck and they don't have money to pay, they're going to start slashing. Are we headed for a Great Depression with soup kitchens? I think so. I think the writing's on the wall. Now, the only other thing that might happen is the banks that are too big to fail get another enormous amount of money. I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to see negative interest rates. I'm just saying that because the siren went off and that's usually a sign from the universe. So negative interest rates are going to come back. Quantitative easing is going to come back. They're going to be plowing more and more printed money because that's what it is. It's just, they're not actually going to print it. That's too much to print. But they're just going to start, just out of thin air, they're going to print money and give it to the banks. And let it wash through. What happens? Well, the banks keep all of it. And does it really help the rest of us? No. But that's what's going to happen. And how is this really going to play out? Is there anything you can do? In the olden days, what would happen is if you saw that there was a massive economic collapse coming, you would get as much of the stuff that you have, make it liquid. In other words, sell off all your real estate, sell off all your holdings in whatever countries are in bad shape and convert it all to a stable country and move to the stable country. But on today's planet, where the hell are you going to move? Is there anywhere, any country that's safe from this? No, the whole world is in lockdown. Are there some countries that have got, yeah, some countries are going to have better financial shape than others. But, you know, in the end, all I'm going to tell you is I see really no solution whatsoever. So what you're going to have to work on is knowing that even more negative forecasts are coming out, and as far as I can see, there ain't going to be no solution for you individual people. There is really nothing you can do. So you're going to have to get very good at living with everyone else's worry. What does it mean? It means that you're going to have to be able to deal with the energy of worry, anxiety. It's going to be an enormous undercurrent. People are going to be so stressed out after COVID, and then you're going to have an economic collapse. They're already having a hard time paying the rent. People have already moved back in with their families. It just looks like everything that I look like, it's like worse times are coming. Worse times are coming. So you're going to have to get very good at living with high anxiety and worry and fear, because this is going to get ratcheted up. So I'm going to tell you how I deal with it. I just keep saying it's not my energy. If I feel anxiety, and I don't feel it, I'm serious. I've been through this all morning long looking at this economic train wreck, and I don't feel worried. I feel like this, like, is it because I'm not feeling my feelings? It's because I cannot feel these low vibrational feelings and say they're mine. If it comes up, I say it's not my energy. It's not mine. So what good does that do, you ask me? The answer is it changes reality. If you refuse to take on these feelings of anxiety and fear as your own, you're going to float through this. What do I mean by, I don't mean that you're going to you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. What if they take my house? What if, whatever, I don't have outcomes in mind. I don't. All I know is, for me, something will work out. Something will work out. Will I end up in a, I don't know. But worry and fear are not on my mind. I don't feel worry. It's so weird. It's the weirdest feeling. I don't have worry and anxiety right now. And, 25 years ago, I would have been like scared shitless, talking to everybody about what to do to weather this storm. But I've just changed myself, and it's just like, I'm looking at all this, I'm telling you all this, but I'm not worried. Now, I don't have much to lose, other than me going to a soup kitchen and living in, like homeless shelter or something. Can I live with that? I don't really want to live that way, but I mean, if you're going to do what you're going to do to survive. Why are we in this particular situation is going to be my next talk.